I know I've owed you this video for a long time and you've asked me for it so many times. About how to correctly do the 5x5 protocol of carrot juices by Dr. Ludwin Johnson. Let's talk a little bit about him. He graduated from the Central University of Venezuela with a degree in medicine and surgery. Who is the creator of the type 2 diabetes reversal protocol? This weighs 10 kilos. Now I put it away. I store it in the fridge. I'll show you so it doesn't go bad. And they last you more than a week. And I take out 2.5 kilos, 3 kilos a day, which is what I need to make 1.25 liters of juice. This is the bottom drawer of the plastic fridge, and I put an old towel in it. I arrange all the carrots here just like this, nice and neat. Then I cover this up really well, always making sure it's covered, so this helps the carrots stay fresh much longer. The bottom part of the fridge is where it stays until I take some out as needed. First, what is the 5x minus 5 for? It mobilizes toxins in the body and fights infections from parasites, fungi, bacteria, and viruses. With the 5x5, you could correct, for example, panic attacks, bad mood, poor concentration, sadness, depression, constipation, among many other things. We are going to put 2.5 to 3 kilos in water and then disinfect it. Each person disinfects it in their own way. In my case, I use sodium hypochlorite, which is suitable for disinfecting food and also for purifying water. In the case of this container, 5 milliliters are used for 5 liters of water. We leave them there for a few minutes and then we go straight to making the juice without removing the peel. Because this is what matters most to us, the terpenes and the falcarinone. Okay, here I have 1 liter. I was missing a couple of carrots and I'll make the 4th one. This can be stored in the refrigerator for up to 24 hours. You can store it and consume it perfectly. How do you make it? 3 days before? We don't have to consume dairy, grains, seeds, or cereals. For example, what are grains? Beans, black beans, rice, lentils, chickpeas, peas. What are cereals? Also, for example, rice, oats, wheat, quinoa, millet, and what does it include? For example, seeds, nuts, almonds, peanuts, hazelnuts, pistachios, for example, also flaxseed, like the small seed flax, sesame, sunflower seeds. That's why, in summary, you can't consume any type of seeds or their derivatives. As we said before, 3 days earlier, we are going to start by eliminating these foods. On the 4th day, we are going to start with carrot juices. It's called 5x5 because we're going to do it in 5 days and we're going to drink it each day. We're going to drink 5 glasses of carrot juice. We are going to drink 1.25 liters of carrot juice. 40 ounces, which we're going to divide into 5 glasses of 250 milliliters each, or 8 ounces. We can drink the 5 glasses of water in the morning or in a way that's most comfortable for us. 2 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon, all at night, whatever works best for us. We have to drink 1.25 liters of carrot juice per day for those 5 days. What can we eat? All animal protein, meats, fish, chicken, absolutely everything, seafood, all animal protein can be eaten. We can also eat eggs, tubers, which are roots like potatoes, cassava or yucca, beets, carrots. Of course, we can eat fruits, avocado, which is very important because it's a very high quality fat, and vegetables in general. If we use oils for salads or for cooking, we have to keep in mind that they can't be seed oils. For example, sunflower oil, sesame oil, blended oil, all those oils can't be used. Yes, we can use, for example, coconut oil, which comes from a fruit, and the oil is made from the coconut pulp. We can use olive oil, which is made from the pulp, let's say, from the flesh of the olive. We can use avocado oil, oils that are not made from seeds. If we use, for example, plant-based milks in our daily life, of course, we won't be able to use almond milk since it is derived from a seed. For example, we could use coconut milk, which is derived from the coconut's pulp. Important, very important. Before starting to drink the juices for the 3 days prior, we need to eliminate dairy, grains, cereals, and seeds. Absolutely, and all their derivatives. Because otherwise they could experience discomfort or a healing crisis. A healing crisis consists of a worsening of symptoms or the appearance of new symptoms. When a healing crisis occurs, you may experience, for example, a metallic taste in your mouth, skin lesions, a lot of diarrhea, constipation, joint pain, and the release of mucus through your nose and in your stool. For instance, flu-like symptoms and other ailments. When the symptoms are bothering us too much, when we feel like it's harming us, such as severe diarrhea, we have to stop the 5x5. That 5x5 is suspended. Dr. Johnson recommends evaluating the thyroid. In many cases, it's also recommended to stop the 5x5, wait a month, and try to do it again. But this time, instead of doing it with 1.25 liters, they're going to start doing it with 625 milliliters per day of carrot juice. The doctor's website is viveprimal.com. I'm going to write it in the description of this video, and I'll also leave his official original Instagram. Actually, I recommend that you also use this video as a guide. But what I would like most is for you to go directly to his page and also check out his Instagram, because there's a lot of information there. He shares information every day. He's constantly answering questions. Honestly, he's very active on social media, and it would be great if you could get the information directly from him. Something important. If you can get agroecological carrots, that's fantastic. But if you can't find them, don't worry at all. You can use the carrots you get from the market. We wash them very well. To make the juice, the carrots are not peeled. Because what we're going to use, what will benefit us, is the carrot peel. Where are the terpenes and the falcarino? They are the ones who are going to cleanse our body and, above all, our intestines. It's going to be like a broom that sweeps and removes parasites, bacteria, everything that shouldn't be stuck in the intestine, and it will give the intestine a chance to recover. It's like it resets itself. The juicer has to be a centrifugal juicer, like the ones that have always been used. It doesn't have to be a pressed juicer, because we don't need the antioxidants from the carrot. A blender doesn't work for making juices either, because you lose a lot that way. It has to be a juicer or a centrifugal juicer. Can the juice be refrigerated? Yes, once it's made, we can keep it in the fridge for up to 24 hours, so we can do that. I used to make it at night, so in the morning when I woke up, the juice was ready to start the day. What do you do with all the leftover pulp? Well, you can make cakes, you can make vegetable breads. But honestly, what I would say is don't stress about this part, because we're already going to make use of the carrot, a lot of its nutrients. And wouldn't you say the vast majority? Plus the falcarinol, plus the terpenes, which are what we're really going to benefit from. And the pulp? You can, for example, compost it perfectly and let it become part of the nourishment for the soil. Because honestly, you're making better use of the carrot than ever before. You had ever used the carrot for your body. When can't you do the 5x5? This is an indication made by Dr. Larwen Johnson. We can do the 5x5 if we have uncontrolled diabetes. If you are pregnant, if you are receiving treatment with 10 milligrams or more of prednisone, or if your triglycerides are above 300 milligrams, or if you suffer from kidney failure. Now, putting aside the technical part of it, I want to tell you that for my part, I did it for many months. The 5x5 is recommended to be done once a month, that is 5 days in the month, nothing more. It's actually 8 days total, 3 days of dieting before the 5-day juice fast and diet. And honestly, I did it for several months. I even remember that the first month I did more than 5 days because I noticed a lot of changes. I really started to feel a lot of changes. In the first few days, I felt a lot of energy, a lot of mental clarity, a lot of sharpness, and a lot of willpower. The truth is that it's a before and after. Personally, I had a lot of intestinal problems that were already becoming quite serious, and I had been trying several things. And when I came across this wonderful protocol, it was a turning point for me. I'm telling you, it didn't happen in the first month. In the first month, I started to feel a lot of changes. But sometimes we desire magical changes that don't happen. Many times we come with a lot of toxins or a lot of parasites or with illnesses that we've been carrying for years, and we want them to be cured in a snap, but that's not how it works. So that continuity, that discipline and doing it every month, you'll start to notice the changes. And really, for me, for example, it completely healed everything I had in my intestinal area. I would tell you to have your own experience, to try it, and you'll really see how it has a very important ability to heal many diseases, symptoms, or discomforts. Because sometimes we have, especially those that aren't, where we don't know the origin, right? For example, allergies like hives, it helps a lot with all of that. Intestinal problems that can be complex, with difficulty identifying the underlying causes. Panic attacks, anxiety, and depression, it helps a lot with all of this. Well, I hope this explanation has been very helpful. That your questions have been answered, and if not, you can leave a comment and I will try to respond as much as I can. And I also encourage those who have already done the 5x5, who have done Dr. Johnson's protocols, to leave their testimonies here to share what has happened to them. What did you resolve? Even if you disagree, but if you did it, share your experience. For those who still haven't tried it, because that always helps. That's all for now. A kiss and see you next time. I'm Leo Chow.